All right, peace, y'all. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Today is Tuesday, middle of the week. It's been a lot, been a busy week thus far, which is good. Busy is good. Um, let's just dive into it. It's been a couple of days since I did a live. I think I'm gonna go back to um jumping into doing these lives a little more often. I remember the last time we went on that, I was supposed to be doing a 30-day run of doing lives. I believe we did 19 days straight. I think I'm gonna start that back up. Um, push for a 30-day run. That's what I think I'm gonna do next. I think I'm gonna push for a 30-day run. A lot of people had inboxed me and said they was getting a lot of value from that. They learned a lot of things from the things that we was covering from that. So I think I'm gonna go back to the 30-day run, and I think I'm gonna take some the opinion of you, what you want to hear and what you want to cover, and we'll cover that. What that's going to do for me, it's going to stretch me again out of my comfort zone. It's going to allow me to familiarize our product with new people and some people that may have already been in our ecosystem who may have not known some things about us. And we're going to cover what you want to know from us. On occasionally, it's 30 days. So that means I try to cover 30 different topics. It's a lot of topics to jump around from, right? A lot of topics. So drop in the chat now if it's something that you want me to cover about this space, about this industry, about land or farm. Keep in mind, I'm not a farmer. So anything you drop in there that you want to know about farming or our farm program, I'll do that live. I'll bring our principal farmer on and he can answer those questions for you, because that's what we look to do on my channel. We look to inform, we look to motivate or inspire. So we definitely want to be helpful in that regard. So drop in the chat, drop your comments, something that you would like us to cover, and we'll do our best to get that covered. All right, top of the week. What's new this week? Masterclass Thursday. We back to our masterclass on Thursday. What does that look like? That looks like, if you're on Instagram, comment masterclass. That'll allow you to get registered to come and spend about an hour and a half with us, maybe hour and 15 with us, as we discuss how we buy and sell land throughout the country, as we discuss how we go buy land from auctions, tax deed auctions, as we discuss how we find land from land banks, as we discuss how we buy land directly from owners. Those are the three things that we cover inside of our program. Overall, our program is designed to show you how to find land for discounted prices. If you are like the Acre Boyzz, we're considered to be land flippers. Land flippers, we're looking to put it back on the market and make a profit, a huge profit from us, from putting it back on the market. That is what we do for a living. That is what allowed us to walk away from our 9-to-5 jobs in less than 3 years. That was by flipping land. Anybody that has heard our story, we started in the land space from doing tax deed investing. Tax deed investing is something that we absolutely teach. That is our entry level program. We show you how to go to auctions and find properties that's on the auction list, the repository list, the struck off list. These are all terminologies in that space. And we buy these properties virtually, sitting from home. Then we put them back on the market. Currently, me, myself, I haven't been doing a lot of tax deed investing, but my community and myself, we're participating in a particular area where we're getting good deals. I did a post today about Cleveland, Ohio, because we get a select group of people, handful of people, always want to know where's some of the least inexpensive places that I can buy land from. We research all of this. We invest in a lot of these places. So Cleveland, Ohio is another area that we stumbled across that you can buy land for really inexpensive prices. It's an interesting study on Cleveland, Ohio, because we talk a lot about buying in bad areas. Is Cleveland, Ohio a bad area? I guess it depends on who you're asking. But from the data that we pull, it comes up as a bad area. What do we consider to be a bad area? We consider to be a bad area anytime that the income being made from that area is less than a certain denomination, we consider that to be a bad area, right? Anytime the housing market and houses are selling less than a certain denomination, we consider that to be a bad area. Why is that so? Because when it comes to buying land and flipping land, the land market follows the housing market. So investors and contractors, they're not looking to build in areas where houses are being sold less than $100,000. How can you make money with new construction if houses are only being sold for $100? 100,000, should I say? How can they make money? So that may not be a good area. That's a good sign for us off the back. I've been doing this long enough to know that I can tell you without even doing research that if you do find land in that area, it's going to sell at a certain price point. And it's usually almost true. And Cleveland happens to be a popular area. Now try that same recipe in a rural market. I can almost tell you down without even seeing it. I can almost tell you what it's going to sell from. Cleveland, however, is selling from anywhere from $1,000 on up, depending on what side of Cleveland you fall in. Would I invest there? I'll invest just about anywhere, right? If the price is right. If I get it at a low enough price, I'll invest there. And I've done so. And we encourage people to invest in bad areas, depending on your exit strategy. If your exit strategy is like us and it's to flip the land, it may make sense if you get it low enough. Now, what most people don't know how to do, right? Most people think you go on the market, the retail market, Zillow. I've been hearing Land DO, Land and Farms, and all of this stuff to find land. That's not where you want to go to find land. That's not where you're going to go and find deals, right? It's called the retail market. They're not going to give you deals. Let me be 1,000% correct. I want to be 100% accurate with you. Can you find a deal on the retail market? Absolutely, yes. Do you know how much combing that you would have to do to be lucky enough to find a deal? A good deal. And we like to buy deals and land deals at 25% on the dollar, 30% on the dollar, 35% on the dollar. Do you know how difficult it is to get someone that's at 100% retail asking price to drop their price from 100% going price down to 25% and accept that? You got to have some skill, and it has to be a situation for that to happen. Or why would they do it? So you may be thinking, well, who would sell it to us the other way that we go about? And I'll explain how we go about getting that land. Why would they sell it to you that way for 25 to 30%? I'll explain that. So we go around land banks. We go around auctions. Like if I wanted property in Cleveland, Ohio, I don't go through the land bank. I don't go through the city to buy the lots, because the land bank is going to tell you what you can do with the land. You're at the mercy of their rules. If you go through the city, you're at the mercy of the city rules. So inside of our community, we teach you how to go around all of those things. So I identified that Cleveland, Ohio may have some property or some areas that I may want to invest in. What I would do, what we teach to do, is we'll go directly to those landowners in that area and we'll present them with an offer. That way, the deal is not between myself and a land bank. I'm not restricted to what the land bank tells me to do. That way, when I go directly to the owner, the deal is between 1 and 2. Once I strike that deal and I become the owner of it, then I can do whatever I want to do with it. If I want to sell it, if I want to hold on to it, whatever I want to do with it. And that's the power position right there. That's where the most control is, right there. Being able to do whatever you want to do with the situation in your property. All right. However, we give you all options. If you want to go through a land bank, you'll have to play and abide by the rules of the land bank. I don't like to buy from land banks because typically land banks want you to revitalize the property. When it's land, they want you to put a new structure on the property. Most land banks. Inside of my community, we give you a whole list of land banks throughout the country that you can participate in. Land banks are excellent for properties if you want to hold on to them, rent them out. Some of them let you rehab them and sell them. I don't like land banks because I want to flip the property at my leisure, on my time, not the time that they're telling me to do it. So that's why I don't like land banks. However, there's a few land banks that will let you sell directly. Call you right back. Don't allow. He said 7:30. All right. Pardon me. There's a few land banks that will allow you to just buy and sell. You have to know which land banks allow you to do that. I'll give you a hint. It's in Tennessee. One of them is in Tennessee. So that's what we offer. And guess what? I give you these things once you're on the inside. We're not the guys that we're playing gatekeeping once you're on the inside. There's an upsell to get the information. No, I'm going to bombard you with so much information, so many places for you to go and invest that I trust me, you won't get through all of them. Trust me. I'm going to give you a whole list of land banks that you can comb through. Then I'm going to give you a whole list of auctions, tax deed auctions that you can go study, review, pick one, find one that you like to participate in and make money from. So that's the power position. That is mentorship. You don't have to go and find it on your own. I found it for you already. Then I take you a step further. I train you on how to review that area, how to be a participant in that area. So we tried to simplify this as much as possible. Now, we call that entry level. These are entry level deals. Those land bank deals, your options at a land bank, most land banks, as I stated, you're going to have to do something with the structure or the land. Most of them, depending on where you play. If you live in any of these areas, I highly suggest that you check with your local land bank to see what kind of deals or options they have for you. If I lived in Cleveland, Ohio, right, I would be doing so much investing through the land bank because they're giving it away for 10%. That's how Cleveland, Ohio's land bank works. They'll give you the land or property based upon the BPO, which stands for Broker's Price Opinion. What does that mean? That's nothing but a comp from a broker, a professional real estate. So if the professional realtor went out and said this house or this lot is worth $10,000, Cleveland, Ohio's land bank will ask you to pay 10%. 10% of $10,000 would be $1,000 for that house or that land. If it came back as $5,000, you would pay $500 for that house or that land. Then they will give you an allocated time to do something with the property. Sometimes it's 4 months. Some land banks are 6 months. Do something with the property means if it's a structure, rehab it. If it's land, you'll have to put a new structure on it. All right, that's how land banks work. Now, for my people that want to swing the bat a little harder, want to make bigger money. So today, I had an investor inside of my community, young man by the name of Desmond. I don't know if you heard me speak about him before. So Desmond made $50,000 off of one deal. He didn't do that going through a land bank. He didn't do that doing an auction. He did that going direct to owner. He made 50 grand off of one deal, and he's back finding more deals. So he emailed us and said, I have another deal. I have a 30-acre, right? I have a 30-acre that I need funding for, right? Why is he asking me this? Because we fund deals for our community. If you don't have the money, we'll put the money up for you. So he sent me the deal. Can you review the deal, right? I need the money for the deal. I think the deal is somewhere around $60,000. I need money for the deal. Assure me that you're in on the deal so I can know to move forward with title and get the deal closed out. It's not his first deal, so he's been through this before. He has an idea of how to close a deal out. So we took a look at the deal, and I have to have a conversation with his realtor to assure that it's a solid deal. That's how we look at deals. If you were to bring me a deal and you ask me for $60,000, I would do the same thing with your deal. I must scrutinize the deal. I must vet the deal because we don't want to lose $60,000. All right. So that is how we make bigger profits. Guess how much? And we haven't spoken to the realtor to assure that yet, but his realtor, we've worked with him before and we made money with him before. So I kind of trust his judgment so far. His realtor is quoting that we can buy for 60 and sell for 160. That's a potential $100,000 off of that deal. I like those numbers. If everything checks out, we'll fund the deal. What happens at that point? Once we close out on the deal, Desmond and his realtor, they'll put it on the market. They'll put it on their local MLS. It's a deal in Texas. We'll wait for a buyer. If he get it sold, we'll go 50-50 with the profit with Desmond. So that's what I like about our bigger program, our director owner, because there's no ceiling on how much money you can make. Most people don't make $50,000 off of one deal. Most people. Not regular people that work regular 9-to-5 jobs. So this is the power that this business can offer you if you're doing the business. And guess what? Desmond had no previous experience of land investing, just like a lot of people that may be on this live. He took the curriculum, stuck to the script, and now he's in position to make another $50,000 deal. By the way, the young man walked off his job after he made the 50 grand. It's not my business to tell people what to do with their money or when to walk away from their jobs. Personally, if it was me, I probably wouldn't have walked away so early, but who am I? I don't know what his lifestyle consists of. I don't know what his finances and his bills that he's required to pay consist of. But however, the young man continues to bring good deals to the table. And I think after you land a deal and you make $50,000, I think your level of belief goes up and things just start to open up. Most of you don't believe that you can do these deals. So it probably will never happen for you. Right? Some of you may not even feel like you're worthy of making 50 grand off of one deal. So it probably won't happen for you. Scared money don't make money. You moving skeptical. You're waiting for something wrong to happen. So it probably will happen for you. You're anticipating something wrong. See, I anticipate to win. So I'm happy for him that now he's on to a whole nother deal. And more than likely, because I laid eyes on the deal already, that deal will get funded. All right, text 1-877-250-7778 if you're interested in getting started with flipping land, if you're interested in doing some tax deed investing, if you're interested in positioning yourself to make $50,000 off a deal. Because if Desmond could do it with no experience, he's only been in the program now a year and a half. If he can do it with no experience, so can you. If it worked for him, it can work for you, unless you think he's special. All right. What else? Acre Boyzz Farming released. This week, we dropped Acre Boyzz Farming. I've been talking about this for some while now. We dropped the program. We've had several people come into the program already, and I asked inside of the community, y'all drop your comments and your feedback, because anytime we put out a new program, we want to know what the thoughts is on it. We want to know if there's anything we can improve on. So far, the feedback has been excellent. Our farmer has years and years of experience under his belt. We knew the program was a good program because we were privy to see it before we released it. So Acre Boyzz Farming is released. If you want to get into farming, right, or gardening, we say farming, and I think farming may alarm some of you or scare some of you off. Because I think when y'all think of farming, y'all think that it's large acreage and you're out there and you have to be damn near picking cotton and no. Farming can consist of just simple gardening. But the correct word is farming, because the word farming will allow you certain tax benefits. There's no tax benefits for a gardener. So the correct word is farmer, all right? So that's why we say that. And this can range, as I stated, from simple gardening or to raising cattle. We have the knowledge to do all of those things. Chickens, cattle, bees, horses, goats, all of those things are inside of the program. Simple gardening, gardening 101 is inside of the program. Me, myself, I'm interested in diving into planting some herbs. That's just me. But Acre Boyzz Farming is available right now. Link is in our bio, Acre Boyzz Farming, right? We didn't go crazy on the price. It's fairly priced for everyday people. So go check that out. In fact, I'll drop it in the chat. Go check it out. If it resonates with you, join. We're looking to build a strong community of growers and farmers moving forward. We do have a community. It will be community-based. We will also provide training once a week for that, meaning that you can pick his brain once a week, meaning that you'll be able to come and show what your progress is with whatever your plan. If you need any assistance, he'll be there to help. Let me drop that in there where you can find that at. And it's all in the early weeks worth. We've been busy, and we'll continue to be more busy because you want to get something done. It takes a lot to move the needle. It takes a whole lot of input for a little bit of output. Hope this is encouraging to somebody. Be active, people. I had a conversation today about money. Why don't we discuss ways to make money more often? I don't get it. I'm all for it. It's a daily discussion that I would love to have because on a daily basis, you're being charged by something. When you leave your house, do you unplug your refrigerator? The answer is no. So you're being charged 24/7, but you don't have a daily conversation about how do you keep it coming in 7 days a week. It's going out 7 days a week. You eat every day, whether you went to the supermarket, whether you planted seeds, it's a cost every day, but we don't have daily discussions on how to bring in income. Most people rather on a daily basis trade hours for dollars. And that is the fastest way to burnout. Trading hours for dollars is the fastest way to burnout. You have to invest your way to a better place. You have to invest your way to a better place. Any entrepreneur or anybody that has made a substantial amount of money will tell you that there's only one way out, and that is by investing your money into things that is going to bring or make you more money. EKG, earn it, keep it, grow it. Earn it, keep it, grow it. You figured out how to earn it because you trade hours for dollars. How do you keep it? Then how do you grow it? That's the type of time that we're on. That's the type of community that we're curating. I want to have a daily discussion about making money because on a daily basis, it's going out. All right, so I'm going to jump on another call. I did have a 7:30 schedule. I think we'll do more of these lives. You can inbox me if you have a particular topic that you want us to discuss. We can get around to doing it. But anybody that's interested in anything that I said tonight, text 1-877-250-7778 to get started land investing. If you do text, right, be ready to join a program. If you text in and you just have questions, you can head over to the site. All of these are links in all of our bios. You can head over to the site to get some information and make some decisions from there. All right. Peace, love.